Hello everyone. This is Somaranjan Mahapatra, second year ENI. We met last time. So this is the second class of prototype plenary, and this is one of the most important classes we will be having here. Today we'll be covering three basic topics, which is color theory, which is one of the most important topics in not just UI UX design but also art in general. And we'll be covering minimalist approach to any design, how to approach and create minimalist designs, and then we'll be covering on some principles which designers generally use while designing the interface. These principles are known as Gestalt principles, named after the word Gestalt in German. We'll be coming to know about them soon enough. So we'll be starting very soon. On our first topic, which is color theory. One of my friends will be giving you the brief idea about what color theory is, and will be teaching you about how to use it in your general app design and UI design in general.
Also, like if you have any doubts regarding the last workshop, you can ask right now before
Yes,
starting.
if anyone has any doubts about the last workshop, I'd like to ask first, like, did anyone try using the tools and after the presentation? Anyone can raise their hand if they did. Nice, I see a few people raising their hands. This means people are interested and are trying to actually learn this extremely important thing, which everyone should have an idea about, and can use it further in their on their journey to become like professionals in their respective careers. Excellent. So, and anyone has any doubts regarding the last session, they may please post, either ask by unmuting themselves or directly post it in the chat box. There's no issue with that. Okay, so we'll be proceeding right now with with the first topic of the day, which is color theory. My friend Digant will be taking over right now.
So hey everyone, my name is Digant Dikshit. So today we're going to discuss the color theory. So it is very important chapter because whenever you are designing something, you need to pick like the perfect color for your design. So for this thing, wait, can you turn off the like screen presenting? Because I have my own slides. Thank you very
Sure,
much.
sure.
Yeah. So I am presenting my screen right. Just wait a second. So is it visible?
Yes, Digant, you may continue.
Okay.
It's visible.
So the thing about color theory is we have it helps us to pick the right color for our design. So first we have to discuss some few basic things about color theory. So I think we all have heard about the color wheel. So let me zoom in first. Okay. So first thing about primary, secondary, and tertiary colors. So these colors are called primary colors. So if we mix these two colors, this and this, we'll get this color. If we mix this color and red color, here red with yellow, we get orange color. If we mix the red color with blue color, we get purple color. So all these three colors are called secondary colors. And if we further mix this color we get these colors. And if we come these colors called tertiary colors, and if we represent all these colors on a wheel, then we call it a color wheel. So this helps us to pick the perfect color for our the UI design. So further, there are certain things, certain terminologies. Okay. Okay. So first thing is like warm colors and cool colors. So as you can see this side, these colors is kind of cool. It is looking how can I say, a little bit calming colors, and on the other side these colors are a little bit warm. So this can help you in your design. And the other thing is okay, so we have to know about these things. Okay, so tint, suppose there is a red color. Okay, suppose this is the red color, and if I add white color in it, this will give us this color. So this is called tint. And other thing is shade, if we add black color on that color. And other thing is saturation is how much intense is the color. If color is like, if color is for example red, then if we decrease intensity, at the end it will become gray, and gray colors. So these things are like basic terminologies. So uh, let's proceed. So they are now the next thing, which is like most important thing for so okay, so suppose you are building a website, you have to pick colors. Not only website, if you are designing a poster, if you are designing an illustration, then there are some certain rule. So if you put a triangle on a color wheel, so the three colors you get at the edges of the triangle will be a better combination than any other. If not only just three colors, if you rotate this, let me give you with example. Okay. Okay, so as you can see, this is the triangle. Let me increase the size. Sorry. Okay, so these three colors will be perfect for our design I am creating. And if I rotate this, suppose, so any color we are getting on the edges will be perfect for our design. So this is called the triangle principle. And the other thing is, if we pick any side by side colors. So for example, in this, if we create any design using this color or these three colors or these three colors, then this will create kind of very perfect. This principle basically used in illustrations. You don't use many of this in website. But if you're creating an illustration, suppose the modern art, you have to draw everything using red colors, then you can pick these three colors and even further shades inside this. And then there is other thing. Then there is a complementary law. If we pick complementary colors, you have it is very common to see colors like like yellow color on blue color. It is very common, and certain things which are opposite on color wheels. So this kind of looks good. And also there's one thing, and then there is a square rule in which you use these four colors on a color wheel. So if you observe very carefully, these colors are also used to create the costume of Joker in DC. This color and this color. So you will find example of these things very commonly in like in your nearly things whatever you see. So these are certain rules. Okay, and then there is other thing in color theory, the meaning of the colors. So have you ever seen the traffic lights? Why there are always red? Because red is always represented as like it gives us vibes of danger. That's why we use red. Then there is green color. It gives us vibes of environment and safety. That's why there are a lot of medical shops colored green. And then blue gives us vibes of safety. That's why lots of hospitals are colored blue. So every color has a like their own meaning, psychological meaning. But you can use them if you are like um, uh, if you are like designing something. And then there are final tips, like for beginners it is very hard to pick perfect colors for your design using color wheel. So what you can do, so well I mean I think next day you are having an assignment. So for that, it is very hard to pick colors using this theory because you all are beginners. So what you can do, there are certain sites such as Dribble or Behance. You can go there, you can search the existing website and get inspiration from there. Because as a beginner, it is very useful. Like it is very useful to because picking perfect color for your website is very mandatory step. So using this theory will be very hard for a beginner. So go there on Dribble or Behance, or you can also go on Figma community, and you can pick the perfect colors for your websites from there. There are a lot of design you will find. Pick any colors you like and use them in your design. So that's just a tip. I think that's all I have. If anyone having any doubt, you can ask me. Anyone having any doubt?
If anyone has any doubt and they are like uncomfortable to speak on the mic, they can also type in the chat box.
Or you can even DM me if you are not comfortable here. If you want any
Yes,
detailed
there's
video
no.
about this topic, you can DM me. Feel free to ask anything. I think we should proceed then if no one is having any doubt.
Okay, so now let's proceed to the next portion of the class, which is minimalist approach.
Soumya, I shall be
So,
presenting the screen.
okay, thank you.
So when we say minimalist approach, there must something might come to your mind, right? What is
Nihat,
minimalism?
yes,
Yeah, it's
thank
coming. What is minimalism? In simple terms, we can define minimalism is that we are giving maximum information or maximum thing with the lowest effort. Is my screen visible? Soumya, is my screen visible?
Yes, it's
Okay.
visible. You can go on.
So if we look up the theory of what is minimalism, minimalist design can be done with even the simplest of tools and softwares. Like we really don't need anything to do them. You just take a if you are doing it on the paper, just take a pen and paper and start scribbling. You'll create something. And yet there is no other art or design trends compared when it comes to the number of fields minimalism has impacted, from the internet and user interfaces to video games and films. Everywhere the influence of minimalism can be seen, and you just look everywhere, you'll see it's minimalist. Open the Google website, it's minimalist. There's nothing there, but still it's captivating us, right? So that's the art. Now if you just say like go for less but let it be meaningful. Now let's look at some examples where we can see minimalism. Our favorite thing, Apple. Look at the Apple, look at the MacBook, look at the iPhone. What's there? The MacBook, it's all silver color, steel something with just some boundaries and all, and just a small Apple design in the middle, you know, and there's a bite on it, and there's nothing on it. Yet this is something means people are crazy over it, Not even people, even we look at it, you find with not only because of the class it is, but because of the design, we find it like wow, this is something that it's very nice. We feel good. You open the Google website, you go to google.com. It's very rare nowadays, but just go to google.com. You will see it's written Google Google in 3 different colors, and there's a search bar. There's nothing else. Yet it looks very beautiful. Now you might think, "Arey minimalism hai to yaar, why are you doing so much mehnat in learning everything and all?" For something great, huge efforts are needed. Even though the thing you look, you might say there is no effort here, but in reality, there is lot of effort behind it. Now we shall look at how the Apple logo was designed. Is a official information. I will be sharing it later on. Just look at it. This is the Apple logo, and every portion of it has been clearly, very specifically designed by designers sitting over there. Then there's specific marks for the radius of the leaf, how much distance is it from the top of the apple, how big is the bite, what is the curvature of the lower part. Everything is very carefully calculated to make it look best. It looks just a normal Apple logo, but the effort behind it is really too much. Now in the recent times, you might have seen a meme that's going on, like Xiaomi has changed its logo. The border curvature was decreased. So everyone is saying that why pay $300,000 to a designer for that, etc., etc. But we don't know the calculation behind it. There has been numerous amounts of calculation, countless hours behind designing that specific logo. Why is it? Why is it? Why do they put so much effort behind it? Because this thing affect the users, the customer inside they really affect us. How they design. Now, if you look at the whole Apple logo in total, it follows the golden ratio. And what's golden ratio? Everybody knows what's golden ratio. Come on. So this is it. Now, Soumya will show you something else regarding minimalist design.
So I'll be showing you a practical approach to how minimal design translates into websites and apps and whatever you are designing, even in logos. So I have been given, I'm working for a new company called ProStation. Okay, it's nowhere related to PlayStation. Don't you? No one should think it's related to PlayStation. So I'm working for a mobile app that will be using the that will be like a window to the actual ProStation. So I have my ProStation logo. Nobody should think that this is PlayStation. Okay. So this is my ProStation logo. What I need to do first is I can add background here, and I can simply add more and more games and stuff related to ProStation on the background. But this logo is so clean. It looks so good in the way it is. Like it indicates what it is. It says PS. It's ProStation. It indicates it. I don't need to add any other stuff. So what I need to do right now is I'll just add a login button and a sign up button. So what it does is, like, I don't need to fill up the screen entirely just to show the purpose of, like, just to fill up the screen. The empty space itself is has a lot of significance here. So I don't like straight corners. I'll just add a few like few pixels corner radius. I'll add 3, and I'll make another bar, but this time I'll make it an outline bar instead of a fill bar. And then I'll just add a text which says sign up. Sorry, login and sign up. I'll change the text color to white because I'll be placing this here on this portion. And I'll be increasing the size a bit. And similar to this, I'll make one sign up as well, SIGN UP, and I'll change the color to black. You see, there's nothing else in this on this page that I intend to keep on as a login screen, but that doesn't need to be. This itself signifies what this page is meant to do. It means that you need to either log in or sign up. And as there's a reason why I use this in black and this in white. I want more of my users to log in instead of sign up, so I give this a bit more focus, so that, like, the entire black screen, I have this, say, white screen, I have this as a contrast to the entire screen, so the user will be first attracted to this. This is also one of the most important uses of minimalism. When you are designing something, you need to draw attention to one particular thing. It works wonders. You have, when you see the screen first, you see this logo, you see these two buttons. You are not your focus is not broken from anything else, and that's what any design should do. It should not break the focus of what the page is supposed to do. It's supposed to just show. And as Nihar said, one of the like, why people go for even minimalism while developing. See, your phone is not a free resource. Your phone has a certain amount of data. Your phone has a certain, like, it has mobile data. It has some GB of RAM. What if I designed a page that takes 8 GB of your RAM to load up? Like, I add so many different animations and stuff behind it, takes 8 GB. Would you like to use it? I'd say no. Most of us would say no. But this does the job. Then why go for something so complicated at all? That's the principle behind designing something minimalist. You don't need to there are cases when you ditch minimalism, no doubt, but most of the time you prefer minimalism not just because it looks clean and it looks better, but also because this gives less pressure on the developers and on the platform on which you are going to be using your app or design or logo. Okay, so think of something along the lines of now. What do I say? Has anyone seen Apple's old logo? I'll show the old logo of Apple. Just a second. Let me switch my tabs. So you can see this was the old Apple computer logo. Imagine this on a Apple product right now. Like imagine this on an iPhone. It would not look pretty at all. It does not symbolize. You need to look very carefully in the product that it's an Apple product. Like there can be copies and all, but you see the current logo of Apple. You see the current logo of Apple, this one, and instantly you can say that this product belongs to Apple. Like this has sort of become like this is so clean, yet it has become so important in the history of like products. You can identify it just by the sight of its shape. You don't need to see its color even. But you cannot but the same cannot be said for the old Apple logo, right? See, this is where minimalism helps. It helps you to stand out from the competition. But minimalism definitely, as Nihar said, you can go minimalist, but that doesn't mean you can simply like go and do anything and just call it minimalist because you did not give any effort. Minimalism also takes a lot of effort. The Apple logo itself was designed with golden ratio, which is like like an increasing size of radius of circles, which you'll use as sizes for designing. Basically, you'll see golden ratio, a lot of uses of golden ratio in the future. But for now, let's focus on the UI design. Now I'll be taking you through some principles that designers follow while designing stuff. So these are called Gestalt principles. See, human visual, like brain perceives individual parts very differently. When you see the logo of Worldwide Fund, the panda, black and white panda, you see it as a black and white panda because you have always seen black and white pandas. But the logo itself does not have any white parts. It just has black parts that contemplate that together with the white part makes it appear like it is a panda. So for example, let me show you. See, you can see this worldwide fund part. See, sorry, World Wildlife Fund part. So the only part that has been designed in this entire thing is the black part. The white part doesn't really exist, but still it appears like our brain conceives like perceives it like there is some white part due to which it looks like a complete panda. See, these principles, one of these principles, the closure principle is used in designing such designs. There are several, like Gestalt is the German for unified whole. So we are going to follow six principles, namely, for designing user interfaces. So let me go through each one by one. Just a second. The first property we are going to see is proximity. Is my screen visible to everyone? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, screen is
Okay,
visible.
so the first property which we are going to see is proximity. You ever like go to a website on like Flipkart and you see products are grouped together? Suppose like for one offer the products are grouped together. The clothes section, all the products are grouped together, and then you have a separate section for electronics. So that's what proximity is basically. You group similar products together so that they appear to be have some sort of relationship with each other. You can see in this part these three appear to have some sort of like three seem to have something in common, and these eight also appear to have something in common. It's not our fault really, you can perceive but the brain perceives it as such that they are related. By bringing certain objects closer, you can always strike some sort of relationship in between them. So you can not only see that these are related, but you can also classify them basically with the help of just adjusting the spaces in between them. Now we'll go with similarity. Similarity might sound same as what I said right now, proximity, but similarity does not include in grouping same items. In proximity, we grouped same items, like we grouped all the cloths together, all the tops, suppose tops or all the shirts together. But here we are in similarity, you can not just group all the same stuff, but like vastly related stuff with each other to indicate some sort of to indicate some sort of uniformity basically. So I'd say, for example, just a second. So basically, you can see in this page, the pictures appear to be related, and I also bring text with it so that it appears that the text is also related to the picture. I have not yet taken the picture and the text together. Consider the picture to be separate and the text to be separate. I could have grouped the pictures all together and then text all together, but this sort of design also helps us that this text is similar somewhat similar to this image, which helps us like in not only creating the thing which you call cards in any sort of design, you also see this design principle everywhere. Now let's go on closure. This is basically what I said on the wildlife fund panda, but here you can see one of the like not so prominent, but in the college you will see like its application itself in college. Like this is the logo for machine learning club. It was designed by one of my friends from mechanical engineering, so Soham. So you can see this is machine learning basically, ML. The L is designed in such a way that it shows us that there is a human face, which shows us that there's a like basically artificial brain with the circuits part, but there is nothing here, but it is supposed to show that there is some part of a human face supposedly residing in this is what closure is. You don't need to design each and everything. You can leave the background to do it, and rather you can just combine the two basically contrasting colors to create something that doesn't really exist and to make it feel to the observer that something does exist. Now we'll be focusing on the fourth principle, which is symmetry. Not many of the websites you'll see are symmetric, but you will see many are as well. Basically apps like websites like Flipkart, Amazon, you'll see a lot of symmetry in that the way the products are placed, you'll see a lot of symmetry in them. But many a times when you're doing something out of the box, you need to go way of the symmetry line. So this is the only one of the only few principles which requires your judgment to basically focus on what you're doing. You need to see what sort of project you're doing and decide whether you want a symmetric design like this portion or non-symmetric design like this portion. As you can see, these green cards, this and this info, they are not really symmetric if you go along this line, but these still look like a good design for a newsletter, suppose. But if you're doing a product website, like where you're selling products, you cannot definitely you it's tough to do non-symmetric designs, because you're not providing an equal choice to each and every of the product. It will feel like you are somewhat being partial to one product. Now the next is basically, it's known as common region. Common region is group one sort of grouping, but it's supposed to promote hierarchy. All right. So common region is supposed to promote hierarchy in a manner that you can see on team pages, basically on any website. On team pages, you will have sections like, just a second, let me give you one. You will see sections like this, suppose. Okay, so you can see, you can go on any custom built web page that has been like designed by a team of students. You can see, like, suppose these are the top two developers. These are like the senior developers on the project. These are the junior developers. These are the contributors to the project who haven't done much, but they have somewhat contributed to the entire project. So this sort of design is supposed to indicate a hierarchy in positions. This, like the size of these squares, is indicating that the person who will be in these squares is at a greater position than these three squares. So this is what the common space is supposed to indicate. Common space, as in these three have the same size and the same space in between. So these three are at the same hierarchical level, and these three are at the same. These four are at the same hierarchical level. But definitely these two are greater than these three. This is used to indicate when you are using a hierarchy between stuff. And last but not the least are I'll be concluding with the last part, which is continuity, like continuation. A good example for this would be everyone intended to go IIT Bombay, right? Everyone intended to go, yeah, but most of us couldn't, so we all had to settle for here. But you can basically go on any of even our college, if you had the opportunity to see the websites of any technical fest or social fest, you will see that the pages are continuous. It has a fluid design. The design is maintained throughout. It's not like one of the pages is fully red color, and then you will see one of the pages is a dull gray color, and like you won't see this sort of thing in any good website. Basically, you will see that there is always some sort of continuity. As Digant mentioned in the color theory, color the colors are always similar to one another. It appears that they are flowing. For example, let me show you the Flipkart website. You can also check it out in the app. Basically, it's the same thing. Okay, so you can see they have a blue bar portion here, and basically you can see, what if, imagine this drop down menu had a red background and white text. It would look odd, right? In a page that's all white, a majority portion is white with these certain blue portions that are like matching the theme. Imagine a red portion, a red menu bar in this. It would look odd, it would look out of the place in the entire website. So generally continuity means you need to follow throughout your entire project, not just one page. You cannot build separate individual pages with like each page with an individual identity. All pages should, like all pages or all designs should speak with a common idea, like should speak together to form its own unique identity. It's not like every page needs its own identity. All right. So you need to see that your the entirety of your project is continuous and it doesn't go away and like distance itself from the basic design which you have been following from the first one. So are there any doubts till now? Excuse me. Are there any doubts till now? If anyone is, yes, go on.
No, sir, I don't have any doubt.
Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else?
One more thing, you don't need to call us sir. We're just 1 year elder to you.
So I guess since there are no more doubts, I'll be giving you a few tips regarding how to approach design. Most of the times you will be asked to not only do the user interface, but also create some portions of the background or create some of the fluid animations that you want in the website. So for such stuff, you don't always have the time to do so. So I'm not only typing, but I am also, like I'm mentioning it in the chat box, some free websites where you can avail those illustrations and basic vectors to use them in your projects, and also like you can use them directly in the website you are planning to use. So the first one is FreePic. It's quite popular. It's one of the most popular. It has a combination of free and premium products, but I'd say use the free products. There's no need of using the premium products. You should try to create, but if you don't, if you are on the shorthand, if you are on a shorthand or if you don't have time, so I'd say you can go on FreePic. And another is Undraw. Undraw provides a lot of options for basic vectors and vectors which you can not only just directly use, but if you are planning to use them in web development, you can directly embed them in your websites to any size because they are vectors basically. And for animations, you can try lottifiles.com. These provide very beautiful animations, and you can also download the After Effects project if you intend to change the colors and stuff. And you can directly use them on the website or on the app by directly just linking it or installing the required package basically. So these three websites are going to help you a lot when you are designing something. So I'd say go and give these websites a look. These are one of the best. Like you'll find a lot of resources here, and it's very cool as well. You'll get to explore how creative people can get. Uh, so that's it, guys. That's it for today's class. If you have any doubts, you can ask right now, or if you are uncomfortable with this, you can also reach to any one of us on Facebook or WhatsApp. Thank you, guys.
And about designing thing now, there's nothing like keep practice karte karte. It's not like that. It's like your creativity. The only thing you need to practice is how to use those things that you know. So just do it and you'll do it.
Yes, exactly. That's like it's all up to your creativity. So that's it. Thank you, guys.
We'll be notifying about the next session in a group, a Facebook group.
And the next session you will be getting a project, like a small task basically, which will be giving you after the class, like after the third class. You'll need to submit the Figma file, basically. Figma file, or if you're comfortable with other software, then also it's fine. You just need to submit a design with like after that, and we'll be able to like provide you with certificates of participation in this workshop. That's it, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bhaiya.